Alright, so the goal here is to explore and look for rocks and look for treasures and look for secret places and awesome stuff. And travel and road vlog and video vlog and road trip, travel, kayak, keywords, algorithm. In one of my recent video uploads, you could see where I collected this splint, and that's in the full bushcraft movie, Journey to the Source. And check that out, I'll put a link below for it. So we're gonna dig around in my flake pile here. Flakes and spalls. See what I have and try to make a little hunting point from something weird shaped like that. This is going to be really hard because a lot of this is just limestone, but I'll give this one a try. Make a tiny point. We'll see. Get an idea of how I work on things. These little pieces are really, really hard to thin. And this is Onondaga from my How to Find Flint movie. Has a crack running through it. Might not be good. We'll see. Getting there now. When I grind this, you could see where the ups and downs are easier. So that gives you an idea of where you can and should hit. Now again, here I'm just going for a small hunting point for myself. And we don't know how this is going to go because of that crack running through. Getting there quickly. There's that crack. Alright, we might still be able to salvage it. So, it broke right here. Where that white speckle is. That's damage inside the rock. That was the line going through. You can see it still goes down a little bit. Let's see if we can fix it. So on a point like this with damage in it, you're not gonna want to go too thin on it. Doesn't need to be thin to work. I mean, that's pretty thick still, so I'm gonna thin it more, but right now I'm just trying to reshape it from where it broke. A little bit of damage in there, which is causing it to not be able to be thinned. Not sure if I could do much with that. We'll see in a minute. I'm either going to break it or fix it. Fixed it. Got rid of that bump. Alright, so I'm not going to push my luck any further with this one. Looks good to me. There's a lot of limestone down in this base here on this piece of Onondaga. Makes it harder to work. So now what I'm going to do is just grind it again, gently, sharpen it up, notch it, and then later on go and put it on an arrow. thin the base a bit. Got to do a little more. And there's a point you could hunt with. That quick. See you guys soon. Hey guys, doing? I have some stuff that I pulled out of creeks. It's Onondaga Chert. And I want to show you guys what has been going on with it. With this stuff, I've only really been able to make smaller points, which isn't bad. These are not bad points. And I'll show you why. I also got some rock, Onondaga, from Canada, from Ontario Rockhound. Now this stuff does not have the same problems that the stuff I'm finding in creeks is having. Here's the stuff I'm finding in creeks. And here's the stuff Ontario Rockhound sent me. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about with this rock. Let me try this piece. Now the problem is, it fractures into cubes. So when you hit it, this piece doesn't look too bad right there. You see that blue-gray? The problem would be getting a decent, there we go, decent flake off. For the most part, breaks off into little pieces like that. If you tap it, it kind of just crumbles apart. This piece wouldn't be too good, as you can see there. And I still got all this. Now if I come in at the side, it does not seem to crumble into cubes as bad. Like that. You make a point right out of that. But I think what I'm gonna do is try to nap this piece down and see if I could come up with a tiny point. See how that cube just blew off? This is what I mean about fracturing into cubes. So I've been trying to learn how to work around that. And it seems like the problem is like the outer layer turns into cubes. So let's see if we could get a point out of this. I see a crack going through there and a crack going through here. So again, it's going to be a little tiny point. Those little points are effective. Where I collected this rock, the artifacts found near there were all pretty small, which leads me to believe that they did work this stuff. And when I say they, I mean the ancient people. I kind of just smack it down into a rough shape until I could start using the indirect. Alright, basic shape like that, and I'm just working around the damage that I see. So I'm going to knock away this whole piece that had the crack. Again, kind of cubey. And then from this point, it's just a matter of thinning it. I don't really see too much more that's gonna break it. It looks cruddy, but usually as the end result, it comes out pretty nice, just small. So we'll see if we could actually get a little bit of a possibly bigger point out of this piece. Just don't know how possible it actually is to get bigger pieces out of this creek rock. If you get the other Onondaga, that thing I could make huge blades out of. I showed that in one of my other videos. Recent. The stuff Ontario Rockhound sent me is amazing rock. Let's see if we could fix this. All right. Go. It also kind of crushes weird sometimes, but that's okay. I'm trying to see if I could get a somewhat bigger point this time. I'm glad I was able to show what I meant about cubes. Alright. Sun angle is changing on me here. That's okay, you can still see what's going on. So there is some weird stuff in this piece. Show you what I've been struggling with here. Got that ridge off right there. Now this stuff in particular, I do not recommend trying to get extremely thin because it is so freeze damaged. Thinner you go, more chance you have of breaking it. Just trying to thin the base there a little bit more. I lost my abrader. I don't have anything else nearby except this, and it is not really too helpful. Stuff really is really hard to get used to. I'm gonna try coming in from right there to get rid of some of that turtle back. It's also really tough. And if you hit too hard, you're gonna mess it up. So I just hit right there. Pulled a good portion of that off. And I see some freeze damage in there. So I'm gonna try to indirect it out by putting it directly on that little hinge. lightly tapping. That does not seem to be working. All right. That spot is the problem. I'll do my best with it. It's also a little unpredictable, this material. So don't be too upset if it breaks on you. Especially when trying to get rid of these ridges. This is usually when I break it. So far, so good. Really just gotta be able to thin right there, and it's giving me a hard time. This doesn't want to. This is not the type of rock that I could attack it from the other side, although I'm going to try right here. Because what happens is it gets all hung up in that freeze damage. You can see the freeze crossed right there. And now I got a weird ridge right here that I got to try to get rid of. Makes things really hard. And this is why you lose a lot of size on these freeze-cracked river gravel kind of deals. Got some of it. There we go. I took a risk and really wailed on it. Right there. Flattened it out. Alright. This is going to have a weird twist to it. This one. Alright. Just got to thin this section out. The end result with these I've been pretty happy with. For hunting points at least. Alright, I am a little bit nervous to be using indirect much more. So, I think I'm going to switch to pressure. See if I can get rid of this one little tiny spot that's annoying me. And no, so I'm going to switch to I might have to do a little more indirect here, just because it's really hard to pressure plate the thick spots on this stuff. For me, it is very hard. I don't want to hurt myself with the shoulder injury and all. So I found out I actually have an MRI in a few days because they think it's coming from my neck and not my shoulder. So fingers crossed, might actually fix the problem soon. Now I do not have a lot of this stuff, so I'm not going crazy with the thinning. That's thinner than most artifacts made from this stuff. That I've seen, at least. Shape up the base a little bit. See that? Get rid of this little corner. Thin the base a little more. See what we got there? The tip is super thin, so that's gonna happen. All right, so what I'm gonna do here, this is gonna turn out to be the exact same size as the other points, which is what keeps happening. Let me see if I can indirect this spot to be a little, see that spot there? Got it. There we go. Much, much, much better. So I don't know, maybe I'll notch this one. Just because all the others I've made like a Madison style points, which is actually what has been found a lot in that area. And Madison is like a simple triangle. I think I'm gonna try to thin it a little more. Like that. And I think I'm gonna try to notch this one, just because I don't have too many notched points made from this stuff. Do have to thin it a little more. Try right here. I mean, like I said, this stuff is good for hunting points. Alright. Sharpen up the edges. Just real quick. Seems like this rock really just wants to turn into triangles. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever worked a rock that it just seems to want to go a certain way and only that way, but that's what this rock seems to do for me. I got one chance to thin this side right there. I don't want to make it any thinner because then I can't use it for a hunting point. So let's see. Okay, let's see if I could indirect that. Hopefully it don't break. We will see. Just doesn't want to go. Alright, that's the best that's gonna get. So what I'm gonna do on this one is put notches in it and try to straighten it a little. I think I'm gonna put in like a side notch near the base though, just tiny. Almost like a tiny meadowwood, maybe? Just shaping the base. I did really want to show you guys what I'm talking about with these small points. Even in pressure flaking, it's kind of crushing into cubes. But there you go, guys. That would for sure fit really nice on an arrow, would fly nice. And it's sharp as heck. That's the plus of this stuff. It is sharp as heck, man. I do like it, I just wish I could find better pieces that weren't so damaged. Alright. Now just for another quick comparison. Flake stuff. See what I mean? Came from this piece. Let's get out all the others again. See, like, I like that one. That looks like an artifact that was in the Flintknapping calendar this year. Reminds me of one that was in there, a little bit taller. But here's the stuff made from it. The only other notched point I really have is this one. This is the one I just made. This was the first one I made from this stuff. Wasn't sure what I was doing yet. An extremely tough piece. See, it's mostly limestone. It's got weird crud in it. The smallest one I made this is probably the best outcome so far. And then some more super tough stuff, kind of thick, but that would work. And I didn't finish this one yet. Anyway, that is Onondaga Creek Cobble. about as good as I'm gonna get this. I'm just gonna sharpen it up. Oh man, that base. I don't know why I'm saving the base for last. Doing much more indirect on that. So let's finish it up. Bash my thumb. We're just going to sharpen this up. As best as it'll go. Around that tip a little bit. Now, from what I know of this material, looks like they mostly used it for scrapers and such. But I really wanted to see if I could get a point out of it. Somebody told me that they found a fluted point made out of this stuff. So they were working it, which is really hard. Especially the creek stuff. Alright, I am not going to try to thin that because I see there's damage in there. So there is going to be a little tiny bump there. Sharpen up the tip and stop fussing with it. This is some really crumbly stuff, but it's sharp as heck. Alright, going to do the bifurcate thing. Not very deep this time. Alright, got that. And we'll just do a little tiny. See, that whole piece just came off here. Gotta be careful. Just doing little tiny things. This stuff is not agreeable, guys. So, there we go. Should try to thin there, I'm just afraid to. Alright, let's say we're gonna end it here. There's the point. Now let's see if I could just thin that one spot without breaking it. Okay, so right under my finger there, I'm going to try to thin. And got it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. We are not fussing with this anymore. There's the finished point. Basanite, Pennsylvania material. Horrendous, guys. 41 minutes. Went through a whole stone, finally came up with something decent. I'm not gonna try to thin right there, but it would kill. That's a good hunting point. Archaic style, bifurcated base. Just horrendous stuff, guys. But if need be. All right, I am sweating. I busted my thumb. Ow. And I am gonna go take a shower. You guys have a good one. Try working this crap. Seriously. I would love to see somebody make something awesome out of this stuff. But that is way beyond my skill level. That's the best I could do. So you guys have a good one. See you soon. So I just cut some duck to try to make some jerky out of it later with my little Clovis point. And Leah is cutting steak. She's having some practice with the knife. Hold up the knife into the sun. There you go. Stone knife. Yeah, if you do straight, just straight down, hard pressure, it'll cut right through. There's the rest of the duck. So I just wanted to document why I wanted caribou antler. Piece of New York rock, really tough stuff, and I hit right there, hard. That's it. What is up, YouTube? How you guys doing? Back from my little rock collecting trip. Just got home yesterday. And I'm gonna try working on one of these. See what I could come up with. Little creek cobble. So this is some of what Leah found down there and threw up on the trail for me here. This one just real quick. See what it is, see what it looks like. Good flint. So let's set that up. All right. So in my last video, the winter flint challenge, I collected this out of one of the creeks. I'm gonna see if I could make a little spear point out of it. This might be a little difficult, but we'll give it a try. If I fail, I'll still upload the video and you guys can see what I did wrong or right, depending. It's kind of thick and blocky. There's a lot of crud in there. So I think I'm gonna start on this edge here and see if I can set up more platforms all the way around. Let's see. Nice blade. Continue on. I took this piece off. I'm gonna hit here next and try to take off this edge. Looks like it worked. Blew the back off, an overshot. Nice big flake. Save all of those. Now you can see what I did there. I took almost one whole side off. So now I'm going to try working on the other side. Some damage in this piece. See if we could get around it. That's quite a bit of damage there. And I got rid of the damage. All right. So I think, okay. So since this side, the face up here is way smaller, I'm gonna try to take off all this. And I'm gonna try to save this. So what I'm saying is, instead of hitting on here and shaving this down and down and down up to this edge, I'm gonna try to shave this down and down and down so that I'm left with a bigger spear point rather than a smaller spear point. Do you get what I mean? So I'll try from right here, right there. Put back up. I did another overshot here. I hit right here and I blew the whole piece off. Like that. There's some damage in here. That seam, that's gonna be a problem. All right. You just got to be really careful with what you're trying to shape here. And be aware that in these creek rocks, you're going to have damage. It's another seam right there. Let's see if I could get anything at all out of this. Anything that I would use. Try my best here. I don't know. If all else fails, I work on one of those flakes. Nice. Nice! Alright. Just whittling my way down here. So I think I'm going to make a little corner notch point. If the rock will allow me. There's still a lot of crazy fractures in there, and I'll work my way around it. Sometimes these creek rocks really test your ability here. Oh, I could just tie that right on a stick. Look at that. Alright, so once you get an idea of your shape, it starts to move a lot quicker. You could thin it down, just avoid these damages, man. Unfortunately, a lot of these that I found in the snow are freeze cracked and have seams in them, so they're going to be harder to work, but I will do what I can on this piece, and I'm going to speed it up a little bit now. You guys get the basic idea of what I'm doing. Try to get rid of some of the damage and thin it more as I go along. Take this corner off like that, then you have a spot to hit there. Grind down. Thin that. Thin that. Damage in there still. We might be able to fix that. Let's say right here. Right there. Still there. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is go up to what I'm gonna make the tip. So the tip of my point is here, I decided. So I'm gonna shave that down a little bit. Grind it. Set up another spot to hit. Try to get rid of that crap. Got rid of some of it. All right. So now, I'm just going to try to thin it, get it to where I need to be. Now what I like to do is make the corner look like that. Grind it, and then start zigzagging when you have those seams in there. So with any luck, this will work. Goes a little bit, little bit more. See what I'm doing there? Get that edge almost to where we need it to be. Let's speed this up a little bit. We're running low on battery. Forgot to charge it. Look what I did there. See that high point? There we go. Alright, so we got a biface now. Blade blank. Make a nice little hunting point from this. As long as it don't explode, which it might. There is damage in there. See how it's flaking weird? Alright. So this is a little bit of a pain, actually. I thought this would be higher quality, and it's not. But we'll still be able to get something out of it, I think, unless I really screw up, which I don't think I'm going to. But you never know. See if I could just finish this up. You don't want to hit too hard anymore with what you have left here. I think I'm gonna switch to indirect, actually. Back up so you can see there's a lot of problem in this. See if I could still get what I was going for. Sometimes you have to change your plan. Sometimes. So this middle is really crumbly and crappy. I will do what I can. A piece stuck in my finger there. Ouch! Get out of me. Alright. So I'm gonna just try to do don't know if I want to do the corner notch or not. The flaking on this is really messed up. I really messed up on this one. See, try coming in from the bottom. Got some of it. Pick it off with my fingernail. There we go. Still this one piece of crud giving me a problem. Alright. It's gonna be a thicker point. And it's not going to be as wide of a point as I wanted it to be. It's really screwed up. I don't know what is up with the flaking on here. And it's just kind of cracking. See this whole part cracked and crumbled away. It's one of the more difficult pieces I've had to work with here. Alright, so we're gonna have a thin, well, I should say a narrow point. Which is okay. This will still work as long as I don't destroy the whole thing. Try not to. Sometimes that just happens. So what's actually happening is it's fracturing weird and the flakes are pretty unpredictable. Trying my best here, guys. All right. This is getting a little insane. Just a little. Okay. I bring this side in a little bit more. That is not so good. All right, I'm gonna finish it up real quick with a copper pressure flaker. But I'll show you that this will be a usable point if I don't completely destroy it. We'll fly through this a little bit. Shaping, flaking. Yeah, don't get discouraged if this stuff happens to you guys. You can still use it. Most of the time. A lot of people will say, they've said to me, oh, that's not nappable. Yeah, it is. Just takes a different kind of patience with this stuff, and the side's thick. Not the best. Still working on it. I'll work on it a little bit more. Reshape this tip a little bit. See what I'm doing there? This is really messed up in there, so doing what we can. Notch in a little bit more. Just a little bit, not too much. Man, this is a haggard looking point. Trying to straighten it. It's not cooperating. And I am running out of battery. All right, guys. Let's make it a stemmed point. This is not working. So I'm gonna make it a little LaMocha type thing, I guess. All right. That is that. Not so great. I did my best with limited time, 23 minutes. It's a little thick, but it'll kill. Put this on a spear, on that ladle and dart, and throw it. It'll stick like this far into a tree and not break. So throw it into a deer and fix the tip just a little, make it a little sharper, and I got to stop messing with it. All right, that is that. I am done. So, Creek Rock. Let's see if we can get it really, really well zoomed in there. There you go, guys. Super quick, flaked. These two tools, indirect. And that is that. I'm done for the day. Got a pile of flakes here that I could use. All little arrowheads out of this stuff. Save your flakes. There's a big hill right up over here that has a hiking trail on it that I'd like to hike today. So I just wanted to show you guys where we're camping, how beautiful this lake is. There's got to be a reason I'm wearing this ring of potato skin on my head. There's a reason. You'll see. So we're going out to the furthest point at this campground, and we'll just do a swing around shot at the furthest point just to show you. It's unbelievable to me. I love this lake. There's supposedly big trout in here too, and a special kind of bass, apparently, which I would eat. Crayfish or crawfish?
Or crawdad.
Or crawdad. Nobody knows. Nobody knows the truth. That's pretty cool. It's laying right here. Bird food. Oh, so that's something that I should tell you. If you're at a state park, you are not allowed to remove any rocks. You are not allowed to remove any plants, any wood, nothing. You do not disturb anything. It's against the law. And just if you see it, look at it, enjoy it, and that's it. Plenty of other places that you could go to do what I do. Don't do it at state parks. One of the things that struck me about this place is, I hope it comes out on camera, but it's this aqua blue, bright neon blue that transitions to a darker blue and almost green, and then out to the aqua, then a dark blue. And it's just always like this. Right over here, it's like a neon green. And this lake just really struck me when I drove through. I think it was last year or the year before. I just happened to drive through here. And I found out they had camping, so I had to stay. At least one night. But I did two nights. So yesterday, it was so windy here that I could barely stand straight on the shore, right at this edge. And I was standing here looking out as it was raining and the wind was hitting me, and this bird came flying past, and this huge gust of wind came, and the bird went and smacked right off my head. And that's probably the feather he lost when he smacked off my head, because that's the color of the bird. I don't know what kind of bird it was. He was moving at the speed of light. And it hurt. I'm sure it hurt him more than it hurt me. So I've been finding a whole lot of fossils. I'll show you this one. That's really cool. Sorry, I'm weird about things. Just random fossils. I've not seen that. And Leah is super happy because she found some skipping stones.
This whole beach is skipping stones.
Yeah, the whole beach is flat stones.
cut that one. Look at that, perfect. Man, I want to fish and kayak.
It will be mine. Oh yes, it will be mine.
Leia always really loves being around old, big trees. This one's pretty big. It's pretty old. Giving the tree a hug. She's always hanging out with trees. Chipmunk startled me. There's an approaching, creepy looking thing.
I was gonna say maybe it's a root cellar, but it's got a crucifix up top.
Looks like a mausoleum.
Yeah. Huh. Always checking for ticks. Look at that blue.
Coming out on camera?
It's sort of coming out. Not as pretty as with my eyes, though.
So we're gonna try for a very muddy hike to see what we could find. Maybe some Toys R Us teddy bear tracks, wild teddy bears, or something fun. We'll see. I've never been in here before, so I don't know what's up ahead. I think it's a 2-mile loop. We'll see.
Chipmunk cheeks. Kinda looks like he's smiling. He's just staying still so that we don't see him. But I see you. What do you got in your mouth, dude?
This just turned 20 times more beautiful instantly. To me, at least. Alright, so the goal here is to explore and look for rocks and look for treasures and look for secret places and awesome stuff. And travel and road vlog and video vlog and road trip, travel, kayak, keywords, algorithm. Awesome. The coffee kicked in. I am awake now. A majestic river. And I am happy to be here. I think I'm just gonna have a bit of an adventure here. National forest here, the edge of one. I just woke up. It is 6 in the morning, and foggy. I'm not sure what kind of rocks I'm looking for here. It's an all new location. I'm sorry, I'm half asleep. I car camped again. We got in at 1 in the morning. It is now 6 in the morning. So we are not in New York this time. Okay. Back in the car. I'm not sure where I'm going yet. So this is morning 1. And I do not have a plan yet. Look at that fog, man. It was really foggy when I woke up. Okay, heading out. Alright. I am still tired. I got a large iced coffee. Not bring much of my bushcraft survival gear, but I did bring my flint and steel thing. So when I start fires, I'm going to try to start it with this thing. Wow, that's really cool. It broke. There's a raccoon, a bear with its head ripped off, some squirrels, a stork, or a heron, cardinal or something, and some kind of bird at the top, but it's broke. That sucks. Cool. Look at this. I am here. Awesome. The coffee kicked in. I am awake now. This is a majestic river. And I am happy to be here. Man, it smells so nice here. Woodpecker. I gotta get my fishing license, because look right there. Do you see them? Look at that. See them? Alright, so I am going to be looking for flint. I do not see any rocks here. It's all sand. Looks like a big storm came through. There is a lot of muck washed down. Man, it is so much more springy summer here than it is up in New England. This is really a bit of a shock. I went to sleep while I drove quite a few hours, and I went to sleep. When I woke up, it was all fog, and saw a bunch of newts, a whole bunch of newts. They're like this big, all over the road leading into the campsite. And I wake up to all these crazy bird sounds and all. Just enjoying this. Alright guys, I don't have too much to say just yet. I think I'm just gonna have a bit of an adventure here. I see big fish in the water. Right here, I could see them with my eyes. They're just swimming past. That is awesome, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go get my license real quick. I will be back. Let's put 'em back. Raymondskill Falls National Park Service. Wear sturdy shoes. Don't touch poison ivy. Don't leave. I gotta clip that. I gotta bleep that. So we are here, and there's some kind of waterfalls there that I want to check out. Looks like there's something called Quarry Path. It seems like anything around here has to be on private property. It can't be on anything in the national park at all. So,
what can't be?
Rocks. You can't collect rocks. See, look. Or plants. But I read that I'm not sure if it's right or not, but I read that in here you can collect plants to eat. So I don't know. But that says no collecting of plants, so I don't know.
I think that was in the state game lands.
That's state game lands? You are sharing this area with black bears. Please bring bananas. Never approach or feed a bear. Pack out all trash, food scraps, and bananas. Bring a banana, call the park ranger. There's his phone number. Bears.
If we go down here, then we can. Oh God!
Bear king. Spider.
There's the spider. Spider. Ooh. How far back does it go? It's not getting how dark it is. Hold on, we're gonna try manual.
Looks good to me. A little bit more. Pretty sure this is horsehair, and I've used that for tinder before, and it holds an ember for a really long time. And if you look right under here, there's a little creepy crawly hanging out. Goes all the way up the tree. We're on the top of a mountain. Like we're at almost the highest point.
Seashell fossil?
It looks like it. And there's a little one right here. Little tiny seashell. That is crazy.
So even up here was ancient ocean bed.
Yep. I wish we could get the elevation. Cool.
What is that? I don't want to pop it in case it's a bug nest. Is that from a creature or from a plant? Drop the ID in the comments if you know.
I knew this was going to happen. Careful coming across here, the roots do sink. There's always a swamp, and I always sink up to at least my knees, and I didn't this time, and it looks clear the rest of the way. Yeah, I didn't sink. Yeah.
Got you both your shoes?
They're mucky.
At least you didn't lose it. Flashbacks to past trails.
Yeah.
Disappearing shoe act.
Yeah, about that, so quite a few times when I was walking with a walking stick, because I was really weak and recovering, I would walk into a swampy bit and sink down to my ankle, try to pull my foot out. When I pulled my foot out,
You lose
my shoe came off under the mud.
Yep.
So then I would be standing there like this going, Leah, help! Dig my shoe out!
Yeah, fun times.
It happened quite a few times.
It did. I can vouch
But
for that.
I'm getting better. I'm good. I didn't sink. This is really peaceful in here. I don't hear too much human activity. I don't hear any lawnmowers or anything like that. And this tree is crazy. Mosquitoes are a little annoying though. Hey, Chert. We're just about out of battery, and we're just about at the end of the trail as well. And we're gonna make some dinner. We'll get back to you. We'll charge up the camera, and we'll show you what we're gonna do for dinner. There's something weird over there.
What's that?
I don't know. A bunch of trees piled against each other. So we're just about out, but I just wanted to show you guys what the mountains up this way look like, and it's beautiful. Just a hike, just a short hike. Figured I would share.
Done. We did it. You ready for hamburgers?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So I purchased this Centec 3-in-1 portable power pack. That's how I charge my camera and how I charge my phone. And it has a work light on it, which is right there, a USB port, USB charger, and two of
DC 12-volt sockets.
Yep. And this I actually have hooked up, rigged to my alternator to charge the battery pack itself, so it charges while I drive. It charges while I drive, but it's kind of sometimes a little risky to do. If you don't know what you're doing, you could possibly damage your car or have the battery explode, so don't do that unless you know what you're doing, and even then be careful. But
It's got the jumper cables too.
it has jumper cables built in, and it's been a really useful tool for me, at least, to be able to record and continuously record no matter how long I'm out for or off grid for. We also have little tiny power packs that usually go dead pretty quickly, but this is my main charge unit here. And sometimes they have, the Centec has a 7-in-1 charger with a whole bunch of charge ports. And that's next on my list to get.
Getting prepped for dinner.
Alright, I'll get back to you with when this guy's done, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Make it super dry, but I got everything off of him. I took all the skin off right here. I'm not going to put that in the sushi, but I will save that and use it. Got a little bit more right here. I'm going to try to get the bones out. So I'm going to let that finish drying out. Got some rice. I actually have to make some eel sauce right now. I'll do that. Okay, be back. Got a little bit of wild rice in there too. Just a little bit scattered. Alright, so I'm gonna add some mayo to the trout meat. I tasted a little piece, it's delicious. Just a little bit of mayo, a little bit of sriracha, stir it all up. A little bit more. That's probably too much, but that's alright. And then add sriracha. Make a spicy mayo. And then just mix it all together. Okay, my seaweed and my roller, and I'm just waiting on the rice. So I have pre-made eel sauce, but it's a little old and there's not too much left. So I'm going to pour it into the pot and add a little bit of this with some water. Try to save using this, and then boil it with some sugar. Sugar and soy sauce. And then I'm just gonna boil that. So what you want to do is you want to add sugar, and you want it to be the consistency of like maple syrup. Have the rice in the freezer to cool it off so that I can handle it. Put it to a smaller pot to make sure it fits. That is stuff that I don't eat. Rice and eel sauce to cool down. You just want to set up your work area. Make sure you have room to spread everything out. Make sure you keep it clean. What you want is a bowl of water to wet your hands when you're working with the rice so that it doesn't stick to you, and you could put it on the seaweed correctly, and a very sharp knife that you're gonna wet before you use. So the rice is still a little hot, but I'm getting really hungry staring at the trout, so I'm gonna make it anyway. Just wipe my hands. Handful of rice. Spread it out. That's really hot. That's still really hot. That's all right though. It'll work. So, quarantine sushi. Just put the rice down first, and then you're gonna put the trout with the spicy mayo, usually in the middle. And I think I'm gonna make 2 rolls of this. So I'll save a little bit in there. And I'll show you how to roll this up, or how I do it at least. So if this is your first time doing this, you're gonna just wanna roll it yourself a little bit first. On top of each other like that. Then just continue to roll it straight down. Like that. All right. Cutting board. So now you take your roll off of this, put it onto a cutting board. Take your knife, make sure your knife is wet. This part's a little tricky. So just to save ingredients, since we're quarantined here, I'm going to take a shaving off of each and put that on the next roll. I'll actually do double of this one. For the carrot, I'm going to do very thin. Okay. So I'm doing a cucumber and a carrot, and I'm going to make a California quarantine roll. I'm going to put another one down. Same thing as before, wet my hands. Take the rice, spread it out as best as I can with it being that hot. Take the trout, pull the bone out. So one trout makes 2 quarantine rolls. All right, now I'm gonna take this stuff, lay it right here, like that. A little bit on top, and a little bit on bottom. Do the same thing as before, just roll it up like that. Switch this to here. The ends are always tricky. Usually there's quite a bit of seaweed that doesn't fill up, but with enough practice you can make them good. I'm gonna try one more, but came out pretty damn good. I'll try this and then I'll finish it up, and then I'm gonna go fishing again. This actually turned out really, really good. And I like the seaweed. That's some of the best sushi I've had in a long time. Anyway, you get creative with your food and your wild fish. if you get bored of just cooking it over the fire and you're stuck at home, there you go. See you soon, guys. All right, just gonna do a quick outro here. So we used wild-caught trout, mayonnaise, sriracha, rice with some wild rice, seaweed, water, sugar, soy sauce. We also put in half of them carrots and cucumber for a kind of California roll. Anyway, hope you guys are keeping entertained. Hope you guys are being creative with your break in time here. And start changing things for the way you want them to be. Create things, have fun, be happy, be positive. Stay safe, guys. Thinking about all of you. See you soon.
I'm definitely hungry. We're going to have hamburgers, beans, sweet potatoes, onions, and mushrooms. I'm looking forward to it. We got everything all set up. Cooking good. Flames getting a little high. I made like baked bean style. Burgers. Potatoes. Alright, I'm gonna have to move these. Yum.
Delicious.
We are getting there. Beans are pretty much done. Burgers, the middle ones are probably a little overdone. Oh my god. So lucky.
Safe. How about that?
They look done. Burgers look good. Let's see. That looks good. Those probably still have a little ways to go.
Tasty mushroom on top. Sweet potato. Beans. Clementine. Oh, ketchup. Ketchup.
I make a sauce, we call it fancy sauce,
For me,
that Brennan really likes.
it's my fancy sauce.
It's ketchup.
So good.
That's what I put in the beans.
What's in the beans? Cool.
Oh, and everything, right? A random puppy has graced our campsite to lick up the hamburger grease. Hey, sweetie. What are you doing? What are you doing, pup?
Get over here.
Why are you doing crazy things?
Make sure to edit this so that it doesn't look too insane. There's a stick in my burger.
No! Ew.
Okay, so how we're gonna do this. Burger. Some kind of bread. Some kind of beans mush with maple syrup. A mushroom in the beans. A sweet potato. A lot of ketchup.
I want some fancy sauce.
Yeah.
Gotta do the head bob thing. That's food. Does it look better if you get it on your nose? Oh. Sweet potato nose. So like how does this what is it called? Mukbang thing go? You have to chew noisily.
Oh, it's terrible.
I don't like doing that. I'll talk with my mouth full, but I won't, not chewing my balls of her. She doesn't like it. Put a lot of ketchup on my meat. I should probably do one bite without looking insane. Okay.
Doesn't really look good.
Oh, true. It doesn't matter if it looks good or not. People just want to see people talk with food in their mouth. Leave that in the video. Alright, check this out. Alright. I have to do one normal bite, but you gotta put some of the crazy bites in there too.
Mm-hmm.
So, ketchup, fake bread, burger, beans with maple syrup, sweet potato, and a tiny piece of mushroom right at the front. Get shit on your arm. Okay, regular bite. That's good. Doesn't look too good, but it tastes good. So, when you make a sweet potato, you cut it. That happens. And then this, you wear on your head while you eat the rest of it for good luck. It's tradition. Italian. For real. You could either believe me or not, but there's got to be a reason I'm wearing this ring of potato skin on my head. There's a reason. You'll see. So I'm talking low because we're at a campground and we do have neighbors. But I am enjoying this lake. I've not seen a lake like this with free camping anywhere, so pay for it. And comes with neighbors. It's okay. I'm enjoying myself. I had a nice long hike today. I can't finish my meal. It's like half a burger, some mush, and some mushrooms, onions. I'm not looking at the camera. I should look at the camera. Maybe I should flip it the other way because I'm always looking over at the red dot because there's a red dot right there on my phone. Oh, we have a... I think I showed you this. Wait, it has a thing on it. I'll probably only have one piece of this. It's nice and cold. Why is this cold?
Magic.
In restaurants. Get the baked potato. Wear it on your head. And sit there like this and just wait. Something magical will happen. You'll see. Trust me. Ferro rod, piece of flint. Been doing this a long time. and sets the ground on fire. It's not as hard as they make it look. There's a deer directly ahead of me, so I'm walking out to the lake. It's actually pretty close. The deer is like, if I ran, I could throw a saddle on it and ride it to victory. It's right in front of me. So I just finished taking a walk down to the lake. And I'm coming back into camp, and Leah's having her one beer. Got a good fire going. Got the tent set up. Got some cool neighbors. This guy's telling some good stories. Luckily, they go to sleep early. It's only 9 o'clock. They'll be passed out in like 5 minutes. Okay, I'm turning this off.
Good night.
Good night.
Good morning, everyone. We are getting all cleaned up, packing everything up.
I'm really hesitant to leave here. I really like it. You can see the mountain all the way out, just the hill. It just looks really beautiful here. I can't get over it. Walk along the beach one more time, and then we're going to go resume the hunt for chert elsewhere. I can hear a chipmunk.
So we pulled into this gas station and I just noticed that they have a hitching post for the Amish that live in the area that still use horse and buggies.
So I'm gonna say something. I never put cash in my wallet. I put the potato peel on my head as a crown yesterday. And today when I woke up, there was a $20 bill in my wallet. Told you.